Hello,
Hi
everyone.
everyone.
Not yet. Okay, so we're already starting. Okay, so good afternoon, and welcome back to our channel, The Inner Link.
In a link, yes.
So here, my name is Shahira. So I'm one of the trainee counselors for The Inner Link, and I'm not alone today, as you can see. I am with my a very good friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
Nisa M. R is
Mm-hmm.
here.
Hello everyone. I'm Nisa. Yes,
So how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a good start of the day. Yeah, I look forward for the session.
I
Yes,
see. I'm looking forward to it too. Are you fasting?
yes, I am fasting. Are you fasting?
I'm fasting.
Good. I hope we get through the day
I
just
know.
fine. Just fine.
All
Yes.
right. So everyone, I believe you guys would love to know Nisa better because
Mm-hmm.
I've known Nisa since I think
2020.
2020. It was like 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
2 years plus ago, like
Mm-hmm.
I.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I know her very very well. But why don't you just introduce yourself to our audience here?
Right. Okay. So I am a mental health practitioner and also a trainer, also a trainee counselor. And mental health is my passion. We've been doing it together and we
Yeah.
have so much hope and dreams in it. And it's something that I think is very, very important for all of us to pay attention to. And especially on the topic today, I'm very
Which
excited because it's very close to my own journey.
I
Yeah,
see. So yeah, we have been friends. I think we were started
student.
yeah, since we were a student
Yeah,
in
yeah.
EM.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
okay, whatsoever. Okay, so so as everyone know that our
Mm-hmm,
topic today it is about a journey to self discovery.
mm-hmm,
I would say that my guest here is very very keen on this topic because it's very
mm-hmm,
close to her. But to be frank, when I first found out that she wanted to do this topic, I really wonder what does self discovery mean? Because me personally,
mm-hmm,
although I'm a training counselor, I don't really know what self
mm-hmm,
discovery means.
mm-hmm,
I don't even know what self reflection means.
mm-hmm,
I know that we have a lot of assignments of doing self
mm-hmm,
reflection,
mm-hmm.
and I
Did you
don't
do it though? Did you do it like
really
thoroughly,
no
deeply?
no. I think I just sum up like what was
Mm,
happening during the semester instead of
mm-hmm,
me like reflecting what was going on at all.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I don't know if self reflection is really same like a synonym macam sama dengan self discovery.
mm-hmm. It is actually part of it.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
like I mean, if I were to begin with self-discovery, why is it important? Maybe just to provide a context. It's we are part of not just self but also others. We have the roles that we play in our life,
Mm-hmm.
and we have experiences that shape us to the person that we are. um, for me specifically, there are some specific experiences in my life that pretty much forced me to rediscover myself.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout the journey, I had to take a sit back, reflect what happened. Is this really what I want? Is it really what I enjoy doing? And then from there, I discovered the person that I am. And it
Mm-hmm.
comes with self awareness. It took me 2 years.
Yeah, because self awareness is kind of
Yes, two
hard
years.
to do it
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because I mean, like we as a human, we tend to being in denial.
mm-hmm,
We tend to
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
project ourselves a lot instead of
Absolutely.
really sit down and look back at our
Absolutely.
past and all.
Taking time.
Yes, take it
Taking time,
because most
it's
of
so
us would
important.
think that as a wasting time
Exactly,
instead of
exactly.
taking the time.
Until something happened. I would like
Exactly.
to give this analogy in life.
Okay.
As I was driving to work, to this workplace, I, I'm very bad with road. Okay, I'm very bad with driving and
She is.
looking at maps and all that. To be honest, born and bred in KL, I've been driving all my life. I still messed up with the journey, but that's not the point. The point is, all of us has a destination.
Yeah.
You want to go to the link, you put in your Google Map or Waze, whatever, you put as destination, and
Mm-hmm.
then you go. We will be given different ways to go to a certain location, but oftentimes we don't look at the car that's driving. So self-discovery is actually, while knowing that you want to go, you're going to have this journey to your destination, but also to look back the car that you're driving. Is the fuel enough? Is it fully
Ah,
maintained?
okay, okay. I was about to ask, what do you mean by the car?
Yeah, I mean, you got to know what the car that you're driving. And if you are driving in a slow pace, for example lah, macam it, you know that you live in KL, you need a suitable car to
Yeah.
drive in KL. I mean, you don't need a Ferrari, for example.
Obviously, too many traffic.
Yeah, but you know that the car that you're driving would really affect your journey. So when you know that your car is not well maintained, you take a step back, you don't drive long distance, and then you go maintain your car.
Mm-hmm.
If your car has no fuel, I mean, some of us did that in our work life. We forgot to refuel,
Yeah.
and then we get burnt out in many ways. So that's an analogy that I thought as I was driving. It's like that is pretty much it, the way I see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's us is the car that we're driving. This is a vehicle on us.
Uh-huh. So okay, from my understanding,
Mhm.
what were you trying to say is we have to look at ourselves before we go to the journey,
Mhm.
like deeper and deeper. For example, like the car you were telling
Mhm.
us,
Mhm.
like the fuel and all. So
Mhm.
maybe you can give me like a bit of example, like more human,
More human. Okay.
more human. I
Okay.
don't get it yet.
Okay. Okay.
A bit lah.
Let's start with the definition of self-discovery.
Maybe you can ask me questions so that I can give you something so that you can give the
Okay. So
example.
what is self-discovery to you, Shahira?
Yeah, I was telling you.
Okay. Okay. Self-discovery is a process of understanding self.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Understanding
It's like
ourselves.
a game
It's
thingy.
a journey.
It's a journey. Okay.
It's a journey because when you're born, you're a blank slate. It's empty. It's
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, yeah, okay.
But as you grow, we learn how to react to things. We learn how to feel our action, our beliefs, our values. All these are part of discovering ourselves.
But it changed over time, right?
It changed over time. So later on, we will do an activity or talk about an activity that is very important
Looking for it.
because it's a journey
Okay.
towards discovering ourselves. So as a person, when you mentioned like,
Yeah.
okay, as a person, how do you understand what is self-discovery? Um, the analogy is one, but as a person, imagine an incident happened to you.
Yeah.
Okay, you would look back, for example, death of your loved one.
Okay.
For example, your dad. You are defined in some way from this relationship that you had with your dad. Okay, so it defines you as a person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
But when you lose your dad, you sit back and think of the past experiences, the relationship that you have with your dad, and
Yeah.
then how it affect you. And perhaps sometimes we, by playing our role as a daughter, we we put it as our identity. And when we lose our dad,
Yeah.
you kind of have this question that, okay, who am I? So self-discovery is knowing ourselves, asking ourselves, who am I? What is important to us? Where do we want to go? Where is our place on earth? It's a bit philosophical, which I love, but it's super important because, I mean, those philosophers, lovers out there, um, Aristotle, right?
Yeah.
Greek philosophy. So, knowing oneself, he said, knowing oneself is the beginning of wisdom. Like if you know the car that you're driving,
Yeah.
you know how far you can go, and you can realize your full potential, right? Because if you don't know yourself, you are living on autopilot. It's just like living. I am here because I can walk, so I just walk anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit pointless, right?
Mhm.
When you can do so many things.
Things. Yeah.
So when you take a sit back
Mm-hmm.
and then try to discover yourself or
Mhm.
rediscover yourself, you
Mhm.
would realize that, hey, actually in life there's many paths that I can actually go,
Yeah.
but I have yet to discover.
Mm-hmm.
And I can do this, so that I can go to that destination.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that asking yourself, who am I? Who am I? Yeah.
That's very interesting when you were saying about the death of someone.
Mhm.
Yeah, it happened to me when my grandmother died. remember it
Mm-hmm.
was like
Mm-hmm.
last 2 years or
Mm-hmm.
last
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So I I'm not saying that I teach you a must, but
Mm-hmm.
I can say I teach you a must because I've been living with her, my
Mm.
grandparents since I was young.
Very lucky.
Yeah. And then
Mm.
when she passed away,
Mm.
I kind of like sit back and think
Mm.
about death itself.
Mm-hmm.
Get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I started to reflect. I don't know if I should I call it as a reflection or what,
Mm-hmm.
because I started to think about oh my god, we live in a very short live, right,
Mm.
life.
Mm-hmm.
So I always, I mean, I had the thought that I was nice to her, but I wasn't really nice to her. You get
Mm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because me being the spoiled grandchild,
Mm.
trying to take advantage of everything, so
Mm.
that what I regretted the most.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when she passed away, I kinda like think back what I had done the worst dekat
Mm.
my grandmother.
Yes.
The when I was a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
darah muda, right?
Exactly.
And I had
Okay.
my own room,
Mm.
so I really don't want people to
It's like
to
your own space,
yes,
independence. You know.
correct. So
Mm.
when my grandmother came, okay, I don't know. When my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother came, I kind of like marah her because
Mm.
she put her stuff everywhere in my
Mm.
room. So
Mm-hmm.
this was one of my regretful
Mm.
experience ever.
Mm-hmm.
Dekat my grandmother,
Yes.
my past grandmother.
That
But
must be difficult.
yes, but
Mm-hmm.
then I had no chance. But after that happened, I didn't apologize. This was happened like when I was like 14 years old. So I
Okay.
didn't had a
Mm.
chance to apologize. And when she passed away, that was the first
Mm.
incident that I remember, and I
Mm.
really, really, really regret. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, throughout the year, of course, I'm
Mm.
being more mature, more
Yes.
nicer
Yes.
instead
Mm-hmm.
of being darah muda kind of Shahira.
But that experience, all these regrets,
Yes,
really put you on a back seat and then look at what
yes,
you did
exactly.
and
So
what is better.
better. So
Mm.
because my grandfather
Mm.
is still alive, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like her husband, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mm.
what I'm doing right now, I'm treating him way better than
Mm.
how I treat my grandmother because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to regret. So
Mm.
I always spend my time with my grandfather because my
Mm.
grandfather
No.
lived with us.
Yes.
So I spend my time with him. Bagi, if he wants to eat
Mm.
anything, I will try
Mm-hmm.
to find it and bagi and sit with him sampai dia habis makan and
Mm.
also. This is what I regretted the most because I didn't do this with my
Yes.
grandmother.
Yes.
Although my grandmother cooked for me a lot, apa
Yes.
je I nak, she will cook for
Mm.
me. She will
Mm-hmm.
do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I
It's
regret the
it's
most
good that you
lah.
mentioned this because
Mhm.
my next question, as
Yes.
you were telling your regrets,
Yeah.
with this
Wow, it is about
experience.
exposing myself.
Thank you very much. I mean, well, someone got skilled. So I think one of the main thing that I want to ask you is what do you learn from this experience? Because we are part of our experiences. Like self-discovery is about knowing yourself, and sometimes you
Yeah.
don't know you're born like this. You have certain structure, social construct that you have to abide to
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know what's best, right? And especially in Malaysia, we are a collective
Yeah.
culture. We have to, listen to our parents, blah blah blah. There's a struggle between individuality as well. But in your case, my question was that from this
Incident.
experience,
Yeah.
what's the best lesson? What's the lesson that you learned from this? And you treated your grandpa way better than before
Yeah.
because you appreciate them, but you didn't know better then.
Yeah.
Until you lose someone,
Yes.
you want to act better.
Mm-mm.
So that is part of this self-discovery. You discovered
I
that,
see.
hey, I actually
Need to be nicer.
exactly, you need to be nicer, and you actually value your grandpa and grandma. It's just
Yeah.
that you didn't know better then because you
How
were
to.
so much younger.
Yes. Yes.
You think about
Exactly.
yourself more because teenager, as we grow up, we want to do more me because
Yes.
everything else people told us what to do right back then. So I thank you for sharing that, Shahira. I
Yeah.
think that is very important because it's part of self discovery
Yeah.
in itself, and I'm sure that right now you are a better person in a way
I
that you
hope
are
so.
much more sensitive
Yes.
in
Yes.
the way you react to your loved ones because we are much more susceptible to hurt people that are closest to us,
Yeah.
right? Um, Yeah, that's one of it. Yeah. Also, another thing that is important to mention when it comes to self discovery is that the roles that we play.
Okay.
You were the grandchildren. You are also daughter.
Yes.
You are also wife. You are also a student. You are also like a therapist for your clients. You are like a woman in your society. So there's all this role. There's different masks that we wear
Mm-hmm.
by playing this role. And when we are, I think the gist here is to know our authentic self, because knowing that we have to put different masks every time, it is very tiring,
Exactly.
super tiring, because it's not
Yes.
you. But you also know that if you live your authentic self, people will be annoyed because, oh my god, Shahira, stop
Why you
it.
like
It's like, stop it
this?
too much.
I know.
Okay, so not everyone can take, right? You want to see the professional, the polished person.
Yeah.
So we have to play some roles in
Correct.
certain, but in knowing ourselves, basically you know that, okay, what I can tolerate and what I cannot. I can do a little bit better in this way because it's in a professional setting, I have to do this. It's good,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to jeopardize, for example, to be in a job that you don't enjoy because you're not living your authentic self. You don't know yourself. You don't respect yourself in a
Mm-hmm.
way. So I feel self-discovery has so much importance in life that people actually forgot to
How to do
explore
it? Yeah, how to explore.
explore it. And
Even have an awareness about it.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
as yeah, I do understand what you're trying to say. Thank you.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
moving on to our next question.
mm-hmm.
So, how can someone start the process of self-discovery?
Start the process.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good question. We're in the link, so talk to professionals. Talk to professional. Um, I'm sure that some of us may love to read books, to go on YouTube, to search. To begin with, self discovery is to read about it, to ask someone that you trust,
Mm-hmm.
to talk to professionals. Self discovery begins with basically for us to know what our values. So when you
Okay.
go on a therapy, you can ask your therapist, hey, can you help me to discover my values? Some people know their values. Do you know your values, Sharia?
Maybe you can give me one of the
Okay,
example.
so some people, their value is family. Some people, their value is growth. For me, growth is very important. I'm very ambitious person. I value growth. So I know that if I'm stuck in a position where there's no movement, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah,
So
that's what is happening on me now.
yeah,
You
so
get what I mean?
growth may be important to you too.
Yeah.
Some people value independence, so they don't like to be controlled. They don't want to be part of like a structure,
Exactly.
organization, and all that. Some people value appreciation, recognition. Some people like power. Some people values is money. So there's many. So if you go on a session and your therapist is able to guide you to identify your values, it would be very much recommended. There's also different sets of activities that you can do. You can start reading on values, your calling. If anyone knows about ikigai, it's a Japanese philosophy on
Mm-hmm.
living our best life. So basically, knowing what you do best, knowing what you want in life, um, knowing what your society needs, and then find that sweet spot in between.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can
that
I?
is
Sorry,
that is
sorry.
living your
Yeah,
full life.
sorry.
Yeah. Mm.
You was asking me what
Mm.
was my value. Can I
Mm-hmm.
say that my value at this moment
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
putting myself first?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a value?
Yeah, self love. Self
Yeah,
love is a value.
I would say that at
Mm-hmm.
the moment,
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say putting myself first is my value,
Mm-hmm.
where I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like ignore what is actually going on. I mean, like kind of
Mm,
like ignore what I have to do
mm,
as a training counselor,
mhm,
as
mhm,
a student, and
mhm,
all.
mhm, mhm,
So I kind of like ignore that because
mm,
I am really really trying to put myself first because
mhm,
it really
mhm,
how I say it really affect it is really affecting my mental
mm,
health at the moment.
mhm, mhm,
So this is what I'm struggling for.
mm,
I could not really put myself first because I have a husband at home,
mhm,
which is
mhm,
So,
Mm-hmm.
and also I have a family, and
Mm-hmm.
I cannot really putting myself first,
Mm-hmm.
but I really want to put myself first, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know
Mm-hmm.
how.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think that that is very difficult because what you're having right now, what you're facing right now, is only you yourself know the how much
Pain.
pain, how much
The struggle.
yes struggle and everything else that comes to it, and unfortunately you cannot just push it on someone
Yes,
everything, right? And you have all these responsibilities, so it must be
exactly,
difficult
exactly.
to put yourself first. um but I think that's a good start. That's a good
Uh-huh.
start where, like Shaira, you know that I'm aware that I'm not enjoying some of these things. I
Mm-hmm.
know that I am in pain, and I know that I need to put myself first. But I am also aware that
Mm-hmm.
I can't put this first just because I feel all this,
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly how I
right?
feel.
And then the next thing is, okay, now what I can and cannot control in this situation. Um, some of the things we deem as we cannot control because actually we have yet to try. Once we try, then we know, and then we know, okay, definitely I cannot control these things.
Mm.
It's fine.
Mm.
But I know that for sure, like for you, you have people around you,
Yeah.
for example, like your family, your husband, to support you, having open communication and all. Now it's feeling like having therapy right now.
Me
But
exposing myself.
you're exposing yourself, girl, again.
I mean, like, it's okay. If it's help for the audience,
Yes,
I don't
yes.
mind.
I mean, it's supposed to understand. It's a
Yeah.
process for us to understand ourselves. But self love is one.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of ways, I mean, I've met people who really prioritize themselves and space, and to be honest, I'm like, I love that. And
Mm-hmm.
to a point, I feel like I'm jealous that you can prioritize yourself, because when you prioritize yourself, you can give so much more to other people. You put yourself
Have you
first.
done that? Putting yourself first? Because as
Um,
I know Nisa, she's very hardworking person and also a single mother
uh-huh,
that really,
uh-huh.
really loves her kid. Also, I don't know, she's a very strong woman, but I don't know how she prioritizes herself because she works 24/7,
Well, I don't work 24/7.
studying at the same time.
Um, have I put myself? I think it's a struggle. I think the way I put myself first is doing the things that I love.
And yeah, okay, okay,
Yeah,
which is
yeah. Mental health, for example, I know that when I talk to someone, talk to
uh-huh.
my clients, I do training, I am on the ground doing all things mental health, it gives
Yeah.
me energy, and I feel like I'm getting so much from giving serving others, yeah.
Okay.
So if I were to define myself, who am I see myself as someone who is determined and strong and able to give my best to serve,
Okay.
to serve. So it gives me so much fulfillment.
I
Yeah.
see.
So
So
that's
you
how.
find that as one
Yes.
of the fulfillment in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do know if I am in the nature, I would feel more
More.
me.
Yeah.
When I'm with my partner, for example, having
Mm, yeah.
conversation, I feel like I'm the most authentic when I'm with him,
Yeah.
and being in the nature and feeling understood. I think me time for me is quite simple. I just want to have my own space,
Hmm.
being my authentic self.
Sleep.
I don't get so much pleasure in
Enjoyment
sleep,
with sleeping.
but in the nature, for example, like meditating and just
Hmm.
be in, just you go to the beach. I took random trips actually to PD, to Sabah, just to feel the sand,
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
just to
yeah.
play with the sand, like sand therapy,
Mine
just touch.
apa sih?
You don't think, you just like and then you just feel the wave, the tide.
Yeah.
I think small things like that helps a lot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
helps a
I
lot.
see. So,
Yeah.
also from what I can see is
Mm.
different people have different values, different people
Mm-hmm,
have
mm-hmm,
different needs, how we
mm-hmm,
fulfill our life,
mm-hmm,
right? So, back to okay, the incident that happened in my life with the
mm-hmm,
death of my grandmother. So,
mm-hmm.
do you think it's necessary that for everyone to have some like a very big incident in their life to have to know that's the start of self discovery, or
Mm-hmm.
does it really necessary, or actually no, it can happen anytime?
Um, well, that's a very important question.
Yeah, yeah, because I was keep
Mhm, mhm,
wondering
mhm.
about it.
Um, I would say don't wait for big things to happen in your life to discover
Mm,
yourself. You start as soon as
as
you can,
possible.
because why is it important? Number one, self discovery is about growth. Again,
Okay.
it's knowing the car that you're driving, knowing the potential of the car that you're driving. You don't want to limit your Ferrari to just go to Pasar Malam, right? You want to go to the circuit, the racing circuit, because you can do so much more. I mean, you have a Ferrari. Some people don't know that they're smart, they're capable, they're kind, they can do so
Yeah.
many things. So growth is number one. Self exploration. You
The,
can do so much more. Again, it's self fulfillment.
mm-hmm.
When you know that you're living your best life, you feel very fulfilled. You feel,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, happiness is a bypass. So it's part of discovering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That you know that this journey will make you happy in the long run. So don't wait for things to happen to you,
Okay.
but 100%
Things that
things
you
that happen to
regret.
you will change you, will affect you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Mm.
Very, very good insight though, because I always thought that we have to, experience big incident
Mm.
first in our
Mm-hmm.
life so that we can reflect.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I don't know if you guys agree with me. Most people do like that.
Yep.
Most
Yep.
people would do self reflection when big things happen.
You know why?
Why?
Because we live on autopilot.
What does it mean?
Autopilot is like, that hari-hari, you gotta go to work, right?
Okay.
Okay, you bangun pukul 7, okay, and then you mandi, whatever. It's autopilot. You don't consciously do this. Some
Mm-hmm.
people really take time when they brush. They really brush like meditation. Like who? I don't do that, but
I
it's good
don't.
that people do that. So we live in autopilot because you just continuously
You
do
have a
things.
routine
Yeah,
basically.
routine. You don't care. You just like, okay, I need to pay bills, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when something happened, then it's like, oh my god, things are actually different. Things are actually difficult now. Then you take a step back. But I must say that big experiences like this taught us to be a resilient person.
I see.
Resilient in a sense that you know that you can do better
Better, yeah.
each time you fall back. It's the
Mm-hmm.
amount that you get up again.
Mm-mm.
I would say also, even for me, as much as I want to say that I'm self-aware and I've been through so many self-discovery process, but big incidences really redefine me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think the best would be you do it concurrently.
Okay.
You don't just wait for bad things to happen,
Mm-hmm.
because by that time,
You will regret,
exactly,
like how I did,
regret. Yeah, regrets.
taking
Yeah,
it as a, as
yeah.
a role.
But yeah, and I mean, now you still have your grandpa, your
Yeah,
parents.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then thank
Mm-hmm.
God, alhamdulillah for that lah. Okay, so moving on to our
Mm-hmm.
next question
Mm-hmm.
is, what are some of common challenges that
Mm.
we human people face in our journey of having the self discovery,
Mm-hmm.
and how can they overcome them?
Okay. How can they overcome that? Talk to professionals like us. Self
Feeling.
promoting, kan? Um, one of the biggest thing that hinder us from to fully discover ourselves is actually fear.
Yeah.
We are fearful of the unknown. We don't know whether we can truly understand ourselves. We are fearful of the unknown. Basically, what if I'm different? What if I actually don't want this? I have to give up so many things because of this. What if I hurt people that I love? What if I'm not going to get better options? There's
Mm-hmm.
so many what ifs that are going to stop us from moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's number one. And also, second is because we are also scared to fail.
Yeah. Obviously.
Scared to fail if we did all this, right? Fear of the unknown and fear of failure. Um, the best thing again is talk to professionals. Sometimes some of us are lucky because we have good mom or good dad or good best friend, or there are some wise people in your life. But if you don't have
The support system.
your support system, absolutely your support system,
Mm-hmm.
could be your friends or your partner or anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But if there are none,
Mm-hmm.
they are professionals like in the center, like us.
Anyway.
Yeah, but talk to someone who can guide you, because one of the thing with clients, right? We face with clients is because having this distorted thinking.
Yeah.
So talking to professionals will help you to identify what are the unhelpful thinking pattern that we have, and maybe some of these things actually hinder us from fully utilizing our potential. Uh, so I think, yeah, I think talk to someone that you can trust,
Yeah.
a professional.
Yeah, because
Mm.
I believe that I mean, like, even not okay, not saying in terms of
Mm-hmm.
psychology perspective, but
Mm-hmm.
even when we talk with our loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
indirectly we will have the sense of what we were trying to see,
Mm-hmm.
or about the situation
Mm-hmm.
itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like me talking to you just now
Mm-hmm.
about the discovery of
Mm-hmm.
the incident, so that
Mm-hmm.
really makes me help actually what was going on back then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Talk to
Talking
stranger. It's
therapy.
like a pillow talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A pillow talking,
Yeah.
pillow talk.
Yeah, this is true because I always tell my clients, like, imagine kan kita punya all these experiences is big to us.
Yeah.
That's why we are feeling all this. So imagine you letak, I love analogy, by the way. So imagine,
She loves a lot.
yeah, so bayangkan macam balloon,
Uh
and then you
huh.
letak kat pili air, and then air tu mengalir. So you need to let it flow.
Yeah.
So living is flowing. So when it's stuck in a container, be it Tupperware ke or gelas ke, it's stuck in container,
Yeah.
you will feel the stress. You are holding there's so much pressure to yourself. So talking to a therapist, talking to a friend, exercising, there's so many ways to just unleash the steam.
Yeah.
So you need to let the steam out. Don't keep it to yourself. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So talk
Mm-hmm.
to anyone, talk to
Mm-hmm.
someone that you feel safe.
Yes, safe
It helps you
is the most
eventually.
important.
Yep. Thank you. So, moving
Mm-hmm.
on to our next question. So, how can self discovery benefit our mental health and
Mm-hmm.
overall as our well being?
Mm-hmm. Number one, I think when you know yourself, you will feel better.
Okay, exactly.
You will feel better because you are not fighting inside. You know that you are exactly where you meant to be. Um, it's also big. It's also related to self accomplishment. Like also, I mentioned why self discovery is important, like for growth, for self exploration, for self fulfillment, for happiness. So if we don't discover ourselves, we are limiting ourselves to only a certain way of living life
Mm-hmm.
because we only know one way. We have yet to discover other parts of us. That's beautiful. Some people, they are born in, let's say, a religious family, so they only know, let's say, to be a religious teacher. So
Mm-hmm.
it's passed on, or petani, passed on. But when this person is exposed to so many other things, you discover that, hey, actually, I like dancing, I
Mm.
like poetry, I like science. And by knowing all this, you can expand your horizon and
Yeah.
you can do so much more in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that will lead to
Mental
happiness,
happiness.
fulfillment. So I think answering your question, I
Yes,
hope
yes, it does,
answering
it
your question,
does.
accomplishment, you basically feel that, okay, I'm satisfied where I am right now. I don't feel stuck. I
Mm-hmm.
think feeling stuck is also a philosophical question. It's like, why am I here?
Yes.
Why am I not doing? Why am I doing here? All these questions,
Why am I doing this?
yeah, will be answered if you truly discover yourself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm-hmm.
believe. Yeah. I think it would be good if we how to know. I mean, like, self discovery do with the activities.
Mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Should we start?
Okay, so I don't know if anyone has pen and paper, but one of the common activity that we do to
Maybe you
discover
can show it
ourselves,
on your iPad.
I can
Do
show
you
it.
have like
I think I can just Google it up. So discovery. Mm-hmm. River of Life. So it's called River of Life.
mm-hmm.
Of
River of Life?
Okay, River of Life activity. So basically, this activity is okay. This activity, what you're gonna do? Okay, all right. There's no connection. Open mind. So basically, what you do is draw a line, draw a line on a piece of paper, and then start.
I would love to do that. Okay, hold on. Let me take a
Okay,
paper.
take a paper, and I also need an internet. Okay.
What moment?
Mm-hmm.
Cindy will help us with the marker pen. So I don't need a marker pen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
We're
you
gonna do it alone.
awesome, awesome. So right, so you have a piece of paper, right?
I have a piece of paper here.
Okay. So there's many ways to do it. You can draw a river, however you want, or you can draw a straight line.
A river.
Yes, literally a river. Yeah. You can choose. One is like a straight line, and
How
then
many river?
open. Just
Okay.
let it flow. If it's too complicated, okay, don't be crazy. That's okay. No judgment, no judgment. So what you do is, okay, take a piece of, okay, let's do something easy. Okay, this piece of paper, one line.
Okay, one line
Okay, just one
anywhere,
straight
right?
line. Okay, so let's begin at, let's say, maybe six
Six
years
line
old.
or 6 years old.
Okay, 6 years old.
Where
So
do I
you,
put it?
okay, so mark certain points of your
Marcus.
life that is important. So I start with six because some people have potent experience when they are six, and then you put the end maybe about
Okay, 6 years old.
yeah, maybe now it's like about 30, like you put 30. Okay,
I'm 29.
okay, just put 30. So and then throughout this line you mark big experiences in life. For example, you go to school, maybe you scored well or you fail, you go to university, you meet your partner, um, your family experiences, or any big incidences that define
Only
you.
one?
Anything
That's
throughout
a
your
lot.
10 years old to 30 years old. So this is for you to draw your life journey,
Mm-hmm.
your life journey and experiences that affect you as a person. Okay,
Okay, girl.
okay,
Okay, I'll try my best.
okay.
Let's go for high school because I had so many memories during
Mm-hmm.
my high school
Mm-hmm.
and my degree also.
Yes.
Too many drama.
Mm-hmm. What is share the drama? Yes.
And my journey in Yukila was
Mm-hmm.
the best
Mm-hmm.
time ever.
Mm-hmm. I
And
know why. Okay. It was
sorry.
my best time ever too. Yeah.
So yes, because we went there together, not together. I mean, in the same year, kan?
2018.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
girl. Do I need to put the year?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
And later you have to draw the line up and down. So if certain experiences is low, you put it down. Bawah ni. Did you take like economy or statistic or something?
tak.
Yeah, the graph, right? Kat atas tu dia tinggi. If it's
Oh,
high and
okay,
then if
okay.
it's low, you draw bawah.
Okay, 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 okay,
So
got
all this
it.
experience is not gonna be straight line, right?
Yeah,
Um,
obviously,
so
2018.
you
And
draw
then
that.
now, I mean, like our UM thingy.
Mm-hmm.
It's also,
Your work
yeah,
experiences
yeah.
as well.
Here lah kan, starting
Yeah,
with my
yeah, anyway, yeah.
2020, 2020. Okay.
So you draw up and down. You need to, okay. These are the main things. These are the main, I would say the main division of her life. Tapi throughout this, there must be like some up and down. So you draw the up and downs here and tell some stories to that. Yeah, yeah.
Trying to.
If you want to.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can make some sample. Like you don't have to.
Sample lah
Yeah, sample.
Okay. Maybe 6 years old, the highest lah. Because no nothing. In the high school, not bad. And in degree, and in I lost. I mean, I was losing my friend a lot during my degree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever lah. Put here. And then, I don't know. Should be up lah. Dah kahwin kan?
Mm.
Okay, something up.
Lelaki kau.
So like that.
Okay, so maybe you can share. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So you see from here, this is river of life. So this is basically to understand that our life has up and down, and
Yeah.
they are definitive experiences that mold us the way that we are. So in some of these points, we reflected that, okay, I learned that in my high school. Maybe you can tell more stories to that. What happened a little, what you learned from this experience.
So for high school, I learned what what friendship means lah. Because during high school I had so many friends. Even up until now I have friends. But I had so many during high school. But what I like the most during my high school is, okay, I studied, but I did not really study because I was so much of enjoying my teenage years, so much enjoying my um live of my life with friends, the social thingy. So I love that the most lah, because we don't have to think about anything,
Yeah.
we only think about our friends. We don't
Yeah.
even think about how to get money, whatever. Could we get money? We
Is
get
there any
allowance.
incidents that made you sit back and think?
Yes. After I had my PMR result, it
Mm.
was quite bad.
Mhm.
I learned from that because I was I was too over enjoying myself, my social life. So I take a step back, and I found two or three of my friends who are and still are, who were back then really pushed me into studying lah. So that was when my journey of studying macam naik up until now. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Successful girl.
Yeah,
Jalan lah
good
sama
friends.
dream.
You give, yeah. I mean that's important learning, right?
Yeah.
You learn about the value of friendship. You learn about what is important, which is studying.
Yeah, studying.
So that is part of self-discovery.
Yeah.
Like, that is the start where you know that this is a good year to have fun, but you also know that responsibility, learning about responsibility, is part of discovery,
Self-discovery,
also,
yeah.
right? Right. And then maybe you can tell this one.
During my degree year, I lost some of my high school friends. I believe everyone
It happens about
can.
that.
It happens
Yeah.
can. So during my degree life, I would say I had the most freedom lah from my parents. During high school, I didn't have that much freedom because we have to balik dengan certain curfew. But during my degree year, normal curfew from my parents. They really trust me, and I didn't break the trust lah basically. But what I learned from this, I lost quite most of my friends during my degree.
Is there any specific reason?
Boys.
Because of boys. Okay.
Boys drama, Shahira.
Okay. So what do you learn from this experience in your degree?
From what I learned was friends. How to say? If you are a girl if you guys are a girl watching here, trust me, boys come and go. Not gonna worry. Your friends are the one are actually stick throughout everything. So don't macam berpaling tadah. I don't know what is berpaling tadah in Malay.
Maybe don't
Turn your
don't
back.
prioritize.
Yeah, don't prioritize your boyfriend rather than your friendship, because that was what I was doing back then during my degree until I lost most of my friends. Yeah, which I regretted the most lah.
Okay. So that's the biggest learning.
That's the biggest, yeah.
So you discovered something along the way. Yeah.
True.
So, yeah. And then you have your UK time as well. That's
Yeah.
high.
Which I gained friends. And this time I really prioritize my friendship instead of my romantic thingy.
It makes you the person that you are.
Yeah, and also UK time is where I started to learn the value of having family. Because we have nobody there.
Yeah.
We only have friends, so that's your family basically. So and this is where the time that I actually miss my family.
And what about in UM?
Alhamdulillah, I think is a very, very good journey for me. I met her, I met another of kita punya wonderful classmates. I met a lot of really respectful lecturers and their experiences. And I think during my psychology year, I don't know lah, UM is the most, I learn a lot kot. I mean in terms of practical thingy, which I really, really value this the most. So I don't want to lose it lah.
Yeah.
And because of UM, I'm here, the inner link.
Yeah, it's a journey that leads you somewhere, and you discover along the way that maybe I can ask you why do you study psychology? Why do you do counseling? Why are you doing mental health?
Interesting. Okay, I did not choose psychology because of my personal, because of that's my interest was. My interest was ambil law.
Okay.
Acah kan aku nak jadi lawyer. Tiba.
Boleh sis.
Boleh sister. Lepas tu tapi tak layak. No lah. But my mom was really really keen about psychology. She loves psychology a lot. And she has lots of friends yang memang in psychology field. Even my auntie also ambil counselling and all, and they kind of persuade me lah into this journey. And alhamdulillah, I mean, like, thank God I really really pursue this journey, because who knows, akhirnya like finally I really really like it.
You mentioned something that is very important,
Which is
the journey of self-discovery. Because we are playing our role. You are playing your role as a daughter. You have certain expectation by your structure, family structure, marriage, whatever. You have certain role, and you have this expectation for your mom.
Yes.
Along the way, we realize that we may like and don't like certain things.
Yeah.
That is a very important thing when it comes to self-discovery. You know things that you like. You know that things that you don't like. You know things that you are good at, your strengths, and then you know your goal. So these are the elements of self-discovery where, for you, even though you started off, you don't know about psychology, you may not like it as much because you like law.
Yep.
But you're thankful that, hey, actually I like this.
Yeah.
I can see myself doing this. So it's you realizing that not everything thrown at you is absolutely bad, nor it should be absolutely good. You still have your own agency. Later, if you don't really like, can you choose not to do it?
Yes. My mom gives me 100%
Option. But you put trust in her by, okay, let's just give it a go. So that is a journey. Like, you discover, okay, it's not too bad at all. I'm doing this, and especially when, again, you're good at it, then you can see that this is a path for you.
Also at the same time, I was doing it because I believe in blessing from mother. And so far, whatever that she wanted me to do, and I do it, not because of the pastor, but because I wanted the blessing. And thank God I can go through it. And I don't know, I think that's important for me personally.
This is also an important point.
Really?
Important point because, like I said, we play different roles in our life, right?
Yeah.
Some people, especially in our culture, like Malay ke, Chinese ke, Indian ke, we grew up having to please other people.
Yeah.
Because we are collective. Culturally, we are collective. We need to be obedient because we move as a whole. So you are an extension of your mom. I am an extension to my mom. My mom pretty much influenced me to be in this field.
I see.
When I tell a story about why I'm here, I would always say I'm here because of my mom. I can never do what I'm doing right now without my mom. She is huge in this. So that is, it's part of us, right? It's a part of our identity. So some people, they put too much into, they just given up, they externalize themselves to their culture. Like, I have to be a doctor because my mom, my grandpa, my whoever are doctors. So you just continue living it without realizing that what do you
really want?
Yeah, who am I? Am I just living this legacy of doctor,
Being a
let's say
doctor.
Dr. Tan or Dr. Lingam or Dr. Ali, right? You just, continue doing this without questioning, like, who am I? What do I like? Some people, I mean, this is also an inspiration for me. Some people, they work so hard to be successful, deemed to be successful in their life, have businesses and all that, and until one point they'll be like, you know what, this doesn't bring me joy anymore. I have millions in my bank. I don't want to do this anymore. Sell everything, sold everything, give up, and go to, say, Peru to meditate and just live in the jungle and then just live simply. You don't need all these things. Just meditate and living a simple life because that's actually what he wants.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to live whatever expectation that other people impose on him. To some people like us, mothers are very important. I am not regretting this journey at all because I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much, and I
thank God, thank mother, thank Puan Zailan.
Thankful for my mom, Surya, as well, for bringing us here. So knowing that the influence in your life would help you along the journey. I think part of self-discovery is self-awareness and self-acceptance.
Interesting what you were saying about self-acceptance though.
I can talk 1 more hour about this. Bring it on.
Okay, how? Okay, okay. Just take a little bit time here for this.
Okay.
So, do you think self? Okay, you were saying that self acceptance is also part of self discovery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, how can a person truly accepting their flaws and also their perfection,
Imperfection, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
imperfection, and also their the strength lah?
Oh.
Yeah, because we know
Mm-hmm.
what some people they don't want to really appreciate their strength because they tak nak angkat bakul. You know, faham tak? It's our society macam.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah. We're not American, right? It's all about me.
Yeah,
It's about
maybe.
we. It's not just you doing good. It's the whole team doing
Yeah. Later kalau kita cakap kita bagus in certain way,
good.
dia kata kita riak pula.
I would say there's a place for that,
Okay.
especially like we have to be sensitive to our culture lah. I mean, you know that some people don't value you talking about that. You don't lah. Um, as long as it doesn't jeopardize your own self worth.
I see.
Also say, how how can we
Accept our
accept
imperfections.
imperfection? I
Because
think
this is also part of self-discovery, ma.
absolutely,
Kan?
absolutely. A big part of self discovery is knowing what our strengths are and what our weaknesses. Okay, and know that we're not perfect. We're not angels or whatever. We are just human. So accepting that we are not perfect, imperfection takes a lot of time. A lot of time. I wouldn't say that there is a very easy way to truly accept our flaws. And I'm no saint, you're no saint. Nobody can even say like, oh, you just accept your flaws because it's just that, right? Um, it really is a journey. Number one is to be aware, like, okay, one of the example I can give is that I am aware that I don't have so much patience in life, especially especially dealing with, let's say, um, okay, I don't want to disclose myself too much. Okay,
Okay.
okay. For example, okay, I know for sure that I don't like to play a conservative role. For example, in our culture, there's certain expectation that women, now this we are going to a separate topic but related, expected that we have to be in the kitchen, for example.
Yeah.
While I do that for survival and out of respect, I don't enjoy doing it. My weaknesses would be sometimes people can see it from my face that I really don't like doing this thing. So it's not nice, right?
Yeah.
I know my flaws is that I'm at a point where I can't fake what I truly don't like. It will show. It will show. So I accept that. Okay, I don't want to do this anymore, or I will try not to do it anymore. I accept that I'm not good at certain things, and let's not push through that.
Yeah.
Some people, their flaws is to be a people pleaser. So that is an opposite of the spectrum. They live to please because their parents, their grandma beat them up from childhood
Yeah.
because you need to do
Certain
things
thing.
right. I gave an example from Oprah. So Oprah was beaten up when she was small, if she didn't do certain things right, or even if she didn't smile. Why are you not smiling? And then when she went back home, her mom, her grandma would just spank her up, so that she grew to become a people pleaser. But she realized that it's a flaw. It makes her so unhappy, so unfulfilled.
Yeah.
And how she accept through it is, number one is to know that, okay, this is what I do. I feel so tired because I say yes to so many people so many times, and I don't focus on me. And then second is like, okay, I accept that this is how I am, and if I keep on doing this, I'm not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, yeah. So in that journey, she had to make some unpopular changes, which is, of course, she said no. She didn't pick up calls. She prioritized herself. So she took certain time off to just focus on developing herself, tuning in, and realize that, okay, now I'm going to tolerate certain things and stop the things that I'm not good at. So I think flaws are also like mistakes that we do in life.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Me, for example, not being patient, right? As a mom, there are instances where I'm not proud as a mom. I don't want to do that, but I had to do that because it was at the spur of time. For example, you snap at your kids, right?
Yeah, and you
Um,
feel guilty about it.
I felt, well, of course, I felt guilty. I don't want to snap at my kid because someone's being cranky and I'm just too tired doing so many things. But I
But
had to take a step back and realize that this is not right.
yeah,
I could be better, and I accept the fact that that was because I was emotional. That was because I was tired. So I realized that, okay, I realized that there are times that I can't handle certain things, and I should handle certain things, and I should say no to certain things.
mm-hmm.
Putting the boundary and realizing that I don't have to be perfect all the time. I should prioritize myself so that I can prioritize to people. I can give more to people that I love and deserving, right? And I don't know whether I'm making any sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. But the point is, it's not easy to accept it.
Accept ourselves
Yeah,
actually.
if you don't take a step back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't really
yeah,
self-reflect
yeah. Otherwise,
things,
you keep doing the same
mistakes.
mistake over and over again. It's part of your weakness, but you don't realize it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think I believe the most
Mm.
important key here is me, not me lah, me, we realizing thing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that it would help us being in a journey of self-discovery way better,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Awareness. Okay, that's great. So
Mm-hmm.
I think our two last question or one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What if you, do you have any tips for the audience for the self-discovery?
Mm-hmm. Right. Number one, I think the best thing to do is journaling.
Journaling. Oh, what if people do not know how to write?
Okay, so it doesn't take, you don't have to take too many things to write.
Okay.
Don't write to, you don't have to write an essay. Writing, why writing is very important is that it's getting attuned to your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up in the morning, sometimes you feel just sluggish or just meh, not feeling it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and you get through the day feeling unhappy because you woke up not feeling happy. Wrong side of the bed, you just don't feel it.
Yeah.
When you journal, you realize, okay, yesterday I woke up, I just don't feel good, and then I talk to people, I don't feel good still.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it makes my whole day uneventful and just plain boring and quite sad. So that's one day, and then the next day you realize there's a pattern. So this is you being self-aware of your feelings first, attune to
Mm-hmm.
yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will reflect, why am I feeling sad? And then you think about, okay, what happened the next day, before that.
Before that.
Then you realize, oh, maybe someone made a statement about you, a wrong statement about you, and you feel upset.
But you didn't realize at the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's stuck there, and it's dangerous because when you don't realize certain things that your mind absorb, it will make you think that it's true,
Yeah.
right? So you feel like, okay, someone told you that, oh, you're such a imposter, for example, you're poser, you're not good, and then it go back to your mind, at the back of your mind,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to your subconscious, and then you didn't address it, and then it follows you as you go through to your life. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't, yeah. If you realize, okay, you write it down, oh, I feel upset because this happened, and you woke up, said, what can I do about this? So today I reached out to my friend, talk about it, and then I realized that actually it's not that, it was misunderstanding, and maybe I can do something about it, or maybe I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to do anything about it. Maybe
I see.
it's time to just cross this bridge and maybe close one chapter or whatever, right? But writing down is very important because it helps your mind to declutter,
Mm-hmm.
declutter your emotion,
Mm-hmm.
know what's happening
Mm-hmm.
in your life, and then for you to take control.
Mm-hmm.
So I would highly recommend journaling. It doesn't have to
Journaling
start,
with a big book,
you can
like a
start with
small.
emotion. Maybe,
Oh, I
some
see.
of the books you believe macam smiley. Okay, today I feel like smiley. I feel sad. Why? You put some reason. Oh, I feel sad because I lost my cat or whatever, right? Um, yeah, and then yeah, or you can put a scale. 1 to 10, one being very low and then 10 being
Mm.
high. I feel 6 today. I feel 7 today. My daughter even asked like, "Mom, are you sleepy?" Um, What's your scale of sleepiness? You know, 6. Oh my
That's
god,
cute.
mom, that's dangerous. Because I do that. Nala, are you like, where are you when it comes to your happiness? You seem not to be, yourself. She was like, I feel 4. Oh, 4.
That's so cute
Yeah.
though. I mean,
Mm.
like you have this kind of conversation with your
Yeah, she's
daughter.
an adult now. She can be a therapist.
How old is she?
8.
8.
7 or 7. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's good though. You have this
Yeah.
conversation about
Mm-hmm.
emotion with your
Yeah,
kids,
yeah.
although she's still young.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I
But
like
this
it.
this this is a tuning to your emotion.
Uh-huh.
Going back to yourself, when you know that you're feeling certain things, you know the reason. You can control your behavior, how you react to it, because
Mm-hmm.
we're all emotional beings, right? It's not
Yeah.
that we think first. I think, therefore I am. I think we feel first. I feel, therefore I am. When you feel certain things, then you think certain things. And you feel like terrible. For example, like someone said something, so oh my god, I feel like I'm such a loser. And then you think I'm a loser, I'm a loser, I'm a loser, and then you behave like a loser.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are attuned
To
of,
what you are thinking
yeah,
of.
yeah, you can help to change certain things.
I see.
Yeah.
So the next tip is
Okay, so
part of
journal,
journaling.
journal number 1. Second is to talk to someone. Again, I think I cannot emphasize this enough. Talk to someone that you trust.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, reach out to discuss. You have all this question. Find somebody to trust. If you don't find anyone, there's a lot of free options out there. I know mostly it's focusing on crisis, like
Mm-hmm.
mental health psychosocial
Yes.
support, focusing on crisis. But maybe we can start something, right? Like people who just want to reach out because they want to discover themselves. They don't want to wait until incident happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
talk to a professional if you feel like you want to start. Other than journaling, other than meditation, I would highly recommend meditation. um,
What? Okay, I'm so sorry to
mhm,
interrupt here, but
no
she
problem.
kept on saying about meditation.
Mhm.
What actually one good meditation for you?
Meditation, for me, I do meditation,
Such as.
such as, okay, I do visualization. Okay, so grounding, right? The 5 4 3 2 1. It may not be very, because it's a bit too structured for some people. So for me, I ground myself by touching things and fully immerse into it. For
Mm-mm.
example, like, oh, touching a person is a bit different. Yeah. For example, like, this is a sofa.
Yeah.
You're stressed. So meditation is huge. um, Okay, let me
Okay,
go
okay,
back.
okay.
So meditation for me is to visualize myself in a calm and safe environment. For example, now in my head was the time when I was in Sabah, in okay, I forgot the name. Yeah, I was in Sabah. I was in the river. I was like lying down, and the tide was so heavy. So I just lying down dalam river tu kan, and
Uh-huh.
then you rasa lah dia punya air tu
Yeah.
kena kepala kan, dia,
Mm-hmm.
like. So that is my most like zen time. So I can remember how the tap of water on my head, the sound of it, the cold of the water on my body. I can just stay there, just immerse into it. So that is meditative. It's
Mm-mm.
very calming.
Mm-hmm.
So when I feel like stress, I can put myself back into that situation because I visualize, I feel with my hand, I hear it, I smell it.
I
Um,
see.
so I use all my
That is
senses and
so
just
interesting.
be in the moment. So
Mm-hmm.
meditation also is like when you hold something. When I say like you can meditate anywhere. Basically, it's a practice. But when you can do it, you can just do anywhere. You can just touch it, and then you can feel the texture. You look
Yeah.
at different shape. Some people may say mengelamun, but actually it's very good. So I was like, girl, you wanna daydream?
Just go for
Do it.
it.
Go for it, girl. Take your time. Just do it. It's
Mengelamun.
it helps. It helps to calm you lah. Um, if it doesn't help to be in such a busy space,
Yeah.
right? You go outside, be in the nature. KL is actually very beautiful because if you really look at your map, you see pockets of like forest, right? Like small jungle,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just go there and just sit down. No phones, no nothing. Just be there and hear the sound of the bird, smell the sound of the forest,
Mm-hmm.
touch the soil, and then touch it with your hand.
Yeah.
Just be. Try it 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Do it maybe once a week. or something like that. I think it's such a pity that we live in bricks and we forget that we have greens around us.
Mm-hmm.
Be part of the nature, and yeah, it's very meditative. It's very
Mm-mm.
meditative. It's a good song, or you can just put on YouTube lah.
Dengar lagu, dengar
Yeah,
bunyi hujan.
meditative. Yeah, meditative. That's very meditative as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah, yeah,
why.
yeah. You're doing it. Yeah, it helps. It calms you.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mm.
that was your last tip.
Yes, and talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
So three things I would say: journal, because this is self-reflective, and then meditation.
Meditation.
Meditation. Try to find what works for you, because meditation doesn't have to be religious, doesn't have to be super spiritual. It's just
Mm-hmm.
connecting to yourself and your environment, and
Mm-hmm.
find an environment that is calming, that makes
Really
you,
helps you.
yeah, soothing. Could be sound of river, sound of rain.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that actually. Before this, I just put like sound of like tropical forest,
Mm-hmm.
let it run, and then I sleep.
Ah, yeah. I did that a lot. So.
Yeah. A little backstory. I talk too much. What time is it now?
Okay, it's okay.
Um,
Okay. Another minutes.
so one of the prominent experience in my life is in 2016 until 2018 lah.
Mm-hmm.
And I did something drastic in 2018.
Okay.
Okay, so I took 2 years of meditative journey when I was in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
I joined Interfaith Scotland, and I had the privilege to go to different holy places like synagogue or temples, church,
Mm-hmm.
and all this.
Mm-hmm.
So I experienced different things by visiting, listening to people who practice like religion.
Yeah.
I also do meditation in the nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's an art of just letting go of your thoughts
Mm-mm.
and your, I guess, your life.
Mm-mm.
You just be and follow the flow. You just be in the moment. They chanting or whatever. You just be in that. No judgment, no nothing.
I
Just
see.
be. It's very, very, very meditative for me.
I would
I
love to do that one
I
day.
don't have to repeat anything of it. Just be part of people who believe. I think that atmosphere gives some magical feeling in me. For lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
So this meditative journey helped by talking to someone who is also in meditative journey,
Mm-hmm.
who's also very attuned to themselves, who's very um, I mean, he's in his discovery phase and all. It helped. So I took 2 years, and I would say, Alhamdulillah, this is where I feel I am in better spot than where I was before this.
Mm-hmm.
It was very difficult then, but I couldn't do this with the 2 years
Mm-hmm.
break. I literally go to UK just to find myself.
Mm-hmm.
By doing masters, I know, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, like, it's okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's an important journey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think was that one of the trigger for your self discovery? One of the
Yes,
trigger.
the trigger is the incident.
The incident
Life
I
incident.
see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, life incident. It made me. I mean, naturally, I'm also a reflective person, but that incident get me to go deeper because I was hurt so deep.
I see.
And mainly it's because the way I think of the situation, right? Because I don't want to blame what happened.
Yeah.
I don't also blame myself for feeling what I feel, but I acknowledge that this is very painful. This experience is very painful, and I don't want to lose my identity from this
Yeah.
experience. So I have a lot of question about who am I? What am I doing? Can I live in this situation forever?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of crisis in me, conflict between two things. One is to follow social construct, what I supposed to do in a society,
Yeah.
and then the other is like what I want to do as a
Mm-hmm.
person, as Nisa first.
Yeah.
Without all these other roles that I'm playing in my life. And with that, I think I really took a leap of faith. No, I took a leap of faith in 2016. Sorry, it's not 2018. 2016, I took
16.
a leap of faith to make a change for myself, and then I took the journey in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So it started way earlier, and I gave it a try. I asked a lot of questions. I know for sure that certain things I really don't want to do.
And I'm so proud of you because you finally found what you really needed
Oh,
most.
thank you.
And you are here today.
It's a journey. It's a journey. I wouldn't say it's perfect now, but
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I found. I feel like I'm more authentic now, lah. As a person now, Nisa is the Nisa that I like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Nisa. So that's all for today. So
Mhm.
that was all about a journey of that self-discovery
Mhm.
from Nisa. So I hope whatever that she was telling us just now really give kinda an awareness to
Mm.
everyone. For to promote a healthy self-discovery, self
Start now. Start now. Don't
start
wait.
now.
Yeah.
Don't wait
Mhm.
until a big incident happen, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because you would regret it, like how I
Mhm.
regret it.
Oh, yeah, just to also add, I mean, you may have regrets, but it's not too late. Also know that self-discovery is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't stop. So you will change. Like I may
Over
change.
time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a journey. Accept that it's a journey. Things will come, but as long as you know you start by knowing the car that you're driving. It leads you to better places, lah. Yeah.
I will take a look on the fuel.
Yeah. Take a look at the fuel. Look at the meter. Look at the dashboard, bro.
Okay, alright. So thank you so much,
Thank
everyone. I
you.
hope you guys are enjoying this, and thank you so much, Nisa, for
Thank you for having
spending
me.
your afternoon with the inner link here. I
Mm-hmm.
know you are fasting.
Yes.
It's okay, one of your deeds.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here and talk about a topic that I can talk
All right.
for
So,
hours.
okay. So next time we'll invite Nisa again. So if you guys really love Nisa, maybe you guys can
Studio.
to their comment on below what kind of topic you want, because she's also a mental health practitioner,
Yes.
guys.
Yes. Is there
Okay.
any question?
Do you guys have any questions?
Is there any
Is
question?
there any
Q&A
question?
question?
I don't know how do we see that?
I am not sure either.
Okay.
I think someone has
No,
to.
yeah, they will help us.
Mm.
But I don't know how. So in the meantime.
In the meantime,
Oh yeah, that one from DB Sophia. Not having closure with someone that you did wrong, and then when they leave this earth hurts a lot.
oh,
It kind of do. Like seriously,
yeah, I think you may
experience that.
resonate to that, no? Hmm. Debbie, thank you for the question.
I think that is a statement.
Yeah,
It's
it's a statement. Not sure how we can.
answer that. But from my
Mm,
personal experience, I did not sempat to apologize from
mm-hmm,
what I
mm-hmm,
did to my grandmother. So,
mm-hmm.
what I had to do, what I'm doing now is repay back my mistakes by treating my grandfather and
Mm-hmm.
also someone yang lagi tua nicer than
Yeah.
before.
Yep.
That's how I can calm myself,
Yeah.
not really blaming myself, not really
Mm.
regretting.
The question, Debbie, I think resonating with what Shahira
Mm-hmm.
said is, what have you learned from all this? It's difficult, it's
It is,
painful,
yes.
especially you did wrong, and I'm sure you have all these thoughts in your head. But what what can you learn from it? Yeah, what can you give yourself another chance? Mm.
Doing something
Yeah.
better to repay back.
Just like what Shahira shared. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
thank you
how.
for sharing this.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I like the metaphor of the river from Jadine. I like the metaphor of the
Mhm.
river of life. Life can indeed be full of ups and downs. Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not. I mean, I'm sure there's more to this, right? There's more drama.
Of course.
But what is life without having up and down? And I think
Yeah.
the river of life is. I mean, because the topic is self-discovery, right? You know that some of these experiences redefine you as a person. You learn lesson throughout. The lessons are very important because these are the things that you should write down in your journal. That I want to be this because I learned that certain things didn't work.
Yeah.
The ups and downs are teaching us. Yeah,
That's how
indeed.
we paint our canvas,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
All
mm-hmm.
right. Thank you, Jaden. Should we care also from Jaden? Should we care more about ourselves rather than caring for others? Huh,
Mm-hmm,
Nisa,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
what do you think
Right.
from your experience just now?
Well, I think the best analogy, again, another analogy is when you're on a flight, right?
Yeah.
When you face crisis, you will be asked by your flight attendant, to put your oxygen mask on yourself first before you put on your child or anyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
So prioritize self, because if you love to serve people, you need to know how to love yourself first. So I think put ourselves first, then we care about others. But it's a bit of a dance, because sometimes you have to give more to others first.
Yeah.
But
And we
yeah,
also will feel that we kind of selfish.
yes, yeah,
But
yeah. Anyhow, put yourself first, girl.
mm,
Self first, and then others, because you want to
mm-hmm,
give more. You need to ensure that you have enough. You can't give what you don't have.
mm-hmm.
Just stick to that. Mhm.
I hope Nisa is answering your question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, next question do I have? Davy, so you guys sum up everything we mentioned. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you, baby.
mini love.
Oh, now it's like this, right?
Apa you ke?
Oh
I
my god,
didn't
you don't
know.
know. I don't know either.
And
I
you
saw
learn
on
from
Twitter.
Naila,
I saw on
obviously.
Twitter.
Oh my god.
It's no longer this. It's this.
It's this.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the questions that you guys were asking. Um, so Nisa, do you have any other last words?
My last word would be, start self discovery now. You won't regret it. It will bring you to places that you never imagined.
Exactly. So self
Mm-hmm.
discovery is kind of important. So if you have any, if you wanted to have a session
Mm-hmm.
with a therapist or professional, maybe you can book a session with us at the inner link. And yeah,
Thank
that's all.
you.
Thank you so much, Nisa.
Bye.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.